kind of a weird trend in YouTube videos, at least in the photography video space. I see these things like, I'm leaving Fujifilm. I just watched this video, one guy. I'm leaving Fujifilm. And then, oh my gosh, there's a bunch of fire trucks going by. He goes, I'm leaving Fujifilm. You go through the whole video. And then he says, I'll keep one. I'll just let my partner have it instead. So I shot a video, and the video was called, I got rid of all my cameras except for one. Well, guess what I did? I got rid of all my cameras except for one. I kept the Sony A6000, which is what I said I was going to do. I did say I'm going to pick up a A7 IV. So when I make you that video, I've got a new camera. I told you it was coming. But that trend of like, I'm going to flip it at the end. I'm going to make this cool link baity video, and then I'm going to flip it at the end. I'm not down with that trend. So instead, what I wanted to tell you is, what did I learn from going from an ostensibly better camera, a more professional camera? What did I go from having really good cameras, the most desirable cameras, like the Fujifilm X-T5, or even when I had the X100VI or the Ricoh GR3X, I've had like a lot, except for a Leica and a Hasselblad, I've had a lot of the cameras that everyone dreams about. What was it like going back to a camera from 2014 that just doesn't have all the features of modern cameras? I'll tell you what, it was great. I am in Boston. I had a work day last couple of days. I have gone out and done just a very minimal amount of photo walking, but I had a great time. This camera did fine. It's 24 megapixels, which is the megapixel count of every modern camera. 20. You can go up higher. You know, the A7 IV that I'm going to pick up will have 33, but it doesn't matter. Like, I was shooting with a 10 megapixel Nikon, and I got pretty good shots out of it. So it's got a decent, this is the kit lens. It's an 18 to 50 or something like that. 16 to 50. So that is in full frame terms. Let's see, 16, 8, and 6, 24. So it's a 24 to 75 range, which is kind of a typical kit lens range in full frame equivalent. And guess what it does? It shoots pictures. It's fine. I keep it mostly in, right now I've been keeping it in shutter priority. I had it in completely auto mode, but every now and again it would make some really weird choices. And I've been having a great old time with it. I've been shooting it such that it's black and white on the sensor. So like, I think if I can show you, if you look now, this shot is in black and white. Maybe you see a reflection. So it's been helping me keep practicing with my composition. The fact I can shoot looking black and white in this camera that comes from 2014, it's been great. It's fine. So a couple thoughts on this for you. One, never let anyone shame you about your gear. There is sometimes a feeling, and by the way, here's what I think about this feeling. I think we do it to ourselves. I don't think anyone out there in the real world, like, we can't talk about YouTube comments. I don't think anyone out in the real world is like, oh man, your camera sucks. I think out in the real world, that's not any big deal. So don't let anyone gear shame you. So beyond gear shaming, number two, make your version of photos. Do the thing you want to do. You don't have to follow a single trend. You do not win a prize for being the most likes on Instagram. It doesn't matter. I haven't been on Instagram in 100 years. You know where I share my photos? LinkedIn. I share them there and on B-Sky and a little private network called Glass.photo. That's it. Glass doesn't have algorithms like that. You don't get anything like that. You could get, instead of likes, I think they call them appreciations or something, but no one cares. So I just do it for me. Like, I shoot the photos I think are interesting, and I really like shooting people, but it's cold out in Boston in January, and so you don't get that. Oh, that would be the sound of my hot coffee being ready. I'm in a hotel room, so there's the option for hot coffee. Well, let me go get it. So, shoot the kind of things you want to shoot. Like, you don't have to be following anyone else's rules or plans. I think that's important as well. And I think in the process of this, maybe what you can accept or kind of work into is the idea that you should work from what makes you happy. You should work into just shooting photos that you like. Like if you want to take pictures of your pets all the time, that's fine. Now, a lot of times, especially people are like, do you think I have what it takes to be a professional photographer? There are very, very far fewer professional photographers in the world because amateur footage is just fine enough for most, like news, for instance, and journalism. Fashion, obviously, advertising, there's value for it. There's portrait studio type stuff. There's like wedding photographers. There's real estate photographers who they don't get paid a whole heck of a lot either. So we don't have to worry about it being our job. We can just do it for something for fun. Do your job for your job. Make money for your job. And do photography for something that you love to do. It's not a bad deal, right? Like it's not the worst concept you could ever have come up with. And in that, I guess I want to say another thing to you, which is you never have to try to be what other people want you to be in any parts of your life. You have to make your own set of rules. There's no like the official universal rules don't exist in this world except for gravity, death, that sort of a thing, right? It's nice to be kind to people. Always be kind to people. And if people aren't being kind to you, that's probably something wrong in their life, in their past. So you don't have to change because of them. You just stay being kind, right? You don't have to do the stuff other people set out in front of you. There are sometimes penalties, right? Like sometimes there's a lot of incentives in the world. There's financial incentives to, get a better job and get a better job and get a better job. But what does better mean? I am right now 2 buildings away from a very hard-working bunch of people that have to work 60, 70 hours a week, do lots of really kind of tough work, and it's rough. I would not want that kind of job that some of the people I know down the way here have, but I also know that I need to earn a living to provide, and I have to do that. What I don't want to do is do that through photography. I don't want my creative expression to be how I earn my living that way. And because I've chosen different paths than normal people for the most part, but typical people, let's not say normal. I'm definitely abnormal, but typical people. I think that where I'm going is I think that sometimes I have to pay a little more. I have to, my expenses are different because of some of my life's choices that I've made. But you can set up whatever life you want to live. You don't have to follow any set of rules. What your mom and dad wanted for you, not a big deal. I should do X. There's 2 things I say about should all the time. Should is often other people's plans. And you're saying that because you think you need to conform to other people's plans. And then sometimes when you're saying, oh, I should probably learn another language or I should do X, should means won't, which means you're not really leaning towards it. Should is a word that says I am not into this before you've even done it. There's so much that we can do where we don't have to follow the plans that other people have set out in front of us. And I am vivid living proof of it. And so I'm here to put my hand out to you and say, you also don't have to, okay? I'm the permission fairy. Ding! You don't have to do what other people or what you perceive other people want you to do. No matter what. It is your life. It is your game. It is your playthrough. That's your quarter on the old arcade machine. Oh my gosh, you have to be a certain age to even know what that means. But when your older brother would give you the controller in the video game and say, okay, you could play a turn, you just play your 3 men, you don't have to do the rest of it. You just live your life. That's part of what we do in this, right? You and I taking some photos together, or maybe if you're just watching the photos, I don't know. Maybe it's just okay to feel better about yourself, even if you're not doing the stuff other people have set up for you. So DB, who is new to the channel, said to me that, for instance, one of the things they're doing is that they pay attention to me so that they can not have to think about college for a minute, just kind of an escape from things. And maybe that's also what they're doing for, starting their photography practices to escape from college for a little bit. And I thought that was really cool. And thanks, DB. If you haven't subscribed, please push subscribe. I have 89% of you don't. So you come by, you look, you check out the video, and then you don't subscribe. And I'm a new channel. I need your help. So I'll just ask you nice, please subscribe. That would make me happy. We don't have to do anything weird. You don't have to just hit that like button. You know, whatever. It helps the channel. It gives me motivation to know that I'm going in the right direction for you. And that's what matters. But you know, that's because we have a relationship in this channel, right? I don't have to push record. I could just do all this dumb stuff and talk about my ideas and thoughts by myself. But by turning on the camera and hitting record, well, then I need your help. I need to know that I'm going in the right direction and that I'm giving you information you need and helping you with thoughts and ideas that are going to be good for you. By the way, want a neat packing trick? Take all your cords and cables and everything, put them in a nice, easy bag. That's a good packing trick. So that way you know where your stuff is. The whole idea of having to go your own way or getting to go your own way, I mean, look at the difference in that sentence, right? We have the opportunity to kind of pick our path, choose our own adventure, right? I'll tell you a really weird thing. So in the 1980s, because I'm very old, in the 1980s, they had these choose your own adventure books, the white ones with the red ring around them. And the books were, you'd get the book and you'd start to read an adventure and it would say, do you want to do X? Then go to page 14. Do you want to do Y? Go to page 26. I am quoted in the beginning of a whole bunch of those books saying, I never used to like to read very much until these choose your own adventure books came out. Now I'm super into reading. And I did it because I filled out some card and I thought, I bet they'd publish my, endorsement if I said something like that. I'd read since I was like 5, but my mom and dad really got me into reading early. And what I think of and how this connects to what we're talking about is that reading means that I can go to the library and I can immerse myself in subjects that I want instead of what some teacher wanted me to do. I can learn what I want to learn, not what someone else wanted me to learn. YouTube means that we can watch what we want to watch, not what other people tell us to watch. I mean, this isn't the most compelling content. You're watching some weird fat old guy sit around and talk about photography while some of his pictures show. I mean, that's not gonna, we're not getting an Oscar for this kind of stuff or an Emmy or whatever. But you know what maybe is also true? Maybe what's true is you don't need that, and I don't need that. Maybe we just need to connect. And maybe this is an easy way to build a little rapport. And I like it when we can be real with each other, right? I like it when we can say what's real instead of like I started this with, I'm leaving Fuji. Oh, never mind. When I said I got rid of all my cameras except one, you're not going to believe it. I got rid of all my cameras except one. When I told you at the end of the video, I'm probably going to buy one back. I'm buying one back. Ticket comes tomorrow. I hope I'm home to pick it up. We'll get to that next. Hey, I'll see you next time. Drop me an email, chris@chrisbrogan.com. I have not received one email from a random internet stranger through these videos yet. You should be the first. chris@chrisbrogan.com. Look, it's right there. I'll see you soon.